welcome to Icey's Fantasy.
Hi everyone.
Yeah, today we are in Zhongshan Park. So today our topic will be...
How does it feel like living in China for 8 years?
That's a very nice topic.
Yeah.
So where do you want to start?
So I would like to share about people and culture. Is it Chinese people friendly? Chinese people, they can be friendly in different way. If you are a visitor coming to China for a short time, you are not really going to experience that kind of Chinese life very well. And people are, of course, going to be very friendly to you. And then second, if you are studying here, so they have, of course, a way of that kind of prejudice. Some people really ask me like, how did you guys fly to China? Did you guys come by walking or by plane? Of course, not everyone.
Yeah, but I think it's just because they are curious. It's not means like they are not friendly to you.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Now, outside of school, we have a lot of trouble in renting the apartment because some landlord, they don't really want to rent apartment to foreigners, because if we were renting a house, let's say maybe 500 renminbi, like a locally it's 500 renminbi, a foreigner would double that price. Some people, they don't even need your money. They don't want to rent a house to a foreigner. So after I became a worker, moved to Shanghai to work. So I would say like things were a bit different, because now I was moving to an international city, right? So it sounds like, oh, everything will be good or whatever, but that's not really how it works. We do have a lot of platform where you can directly rent a house. However, sometimes we can even doesn't want something that much expensive. We can explore the cities since we already live here for so long. So there is one app which I remember called Balatu. So that app, you can search a house and then you don't need to pay agent fees. Now we found the house there, and then we already signed the contract and everything. And then the day moving in, please, I can't believe even that was in Shanghai. The security guard, and then they just saw me with my uncle moving things inside, and then they called right away the landlord and like, oh, did you rent a house to the foreigner? So foreigner cannot live in here. And then I'm like, what? As you can see, the more you keep living here, more you're gonna experience this. Because when I was student, personally, I never experienced rest until I moved to Shanghai, which is called International City.
Yeah, from this one, I think what I can say is you learn from the lessons. And the thing is, in China, when you even want to go to the hotel or rent a house, before everything, you need to ask the guy who is in charge, is it allowed for foreigner to stay? Just
to make sure where you are going, you are not remitted because you're a foreigner.
Basically, for everything you experienced, apart from those things, do you feel like if you are a traveler or if you are a student, if you want to consult anything from a Chinese, are they willing to help you? Maybe on the street or in the company, are they willing to help you?
Okay, I would just say normally you would maybe to get some direction, for example. And then you just stop a Chinese and ask how can I go maybe to this street? Some people will stop and help, but some people will run away.
I think it's because they cannot speak English.
Yeah, there is that kind of things. Sometimes we feel like maybe they are shy or afraid because they feel like they're not gonna talk to you. Many Chinese people, they don't really gonna mind on your business. You are Chinese, it will be the similar way. I do saw that as well.
Yeah, your points are very impressive. I think a lot of people came to here, if they stay here longer enough, they don't experience good thing. They also experience bad sides, because every country they have different people. That's not the whole. That's not the
whole country. In
general.
It's mostly it's like a personal experience.
Yes, it's very personal. Everyone will have their own experience when they come to China. And also when you are coming from different countries and what you experience here may be totally different. Because I am working in a Swedish company, and some of my colleagues before the COVID, they were here, and they are coming from maybe European and Americans, and sometimes I can just say they were treated differently here, and sometimes you might have some privilege, but I won't explore this too much. But we know it's different. It might be different. Okay, and let's move to our second topic.
This is life convenience here in China. I would say yes, 100%. So in Hangzhou, we didn't have so many subways, but they were like public buses, almost like everywhere. And
no, I think in Hangzhou there are a lot of subways, but they might not connect to your school. That's the thing.
Not
and
really.
They are expanding. If you go back now, they might already finish expanding.
Yeah. Before I left Hangzhou, I was gonna mention that I left Hangzhou. Now it's already a long time. They already built a lot of subways. But when I was living there, they had like 2 or 3 lines. In Shanghai, almost everywhere, we got like a subway. Almost everywhere.
Currently, China developed very quick.
Very quick, for sure.
Yeah, so if you are surprised that Shanghai has a lot of subways, I just want to say, just after maybe like 2 years or 3 years, maybe in another new cities, and then they started to have subway. It's very common, and in my hometown, it's
also a new subway coming in.
Just like after 2 years or 3 years. It's the city development is very, very quick.
Very quick. Just say like the food in Hangzhou were really nice. I would just say like because we have the variety of food.
I think because you live near the university, and because university has a lot of international students, so
that was of course a big advantage. If you can't eat in the restaurant, you still have that possibility to go to the market, shop, and then cook by yourself. Like I used to. The Chinese food also, there is many international friends which I did which really don't eat that many Chinese food. But
how about you?
In my case, I pretty eat anything that my eyes like.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like as long as my like.
So do we eat cat? Do we eat dog?
Not every Chinese eat cat and dog.
Oh, no! What do you mean? Not everyone. Very less. Only people from south. Don't give some misunderstanding to our audience. I don't eat, and you don't eat, and I never invite you to eat.
Yeah.
So don't misleading our audience.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I did eat dog, but in a way, in a way, I didn't know. I was being invited to my colleague's home when it was a Chinese New Year, and then they give me dog. And then I did eat, and they didn't tell me what type of meat was that. And then after we eat, and then my colleague just asked me, "Oh, how was the food? Was it nice? How was the meat?" And then I was like, "Yeah, it was really pretty good, like really nice." And then they're like, "So did you know what was that?" And then I'm like, "What was that?" And then it's like, "Go dog." And then I'm like, "Damn." That time I just want to vomit. You know what I mean? Like.
And also the frog.
I couldn't believe.
Also the frog.
And then also there is another one, the frog. It's not typical food in Rwanda, but I know some Western country they do eat frog. But for my side, it's not usual. And also there is another thing I didn't like to see on the Chinese table, the pigeon, because
we do eat the pigeon egg and also pigeon too.
Yeah, for me pigeon, I used to have them as pets. I used to have a lot of pigeon, and I feel like they are angels. So I don't see myself eating pigeon.
Hey, there's the thing. Even in Rwanda, you eat some insects. We don't eat that much insect, and you say there are a lot of protein inside.
Yeah, I would even pigeon. I used to have some friends in Rwanda who eat pigeon because in Rwanda I do know they also eat some birds, so which is okay. And then in the food taste, when we moved to Shanghai, almost everywhere things are sweet. I guess you also don't like.
It's about Shanghai, the way they cook. They would like to add some sugar into some meat and even some vegetables, which is very disgusting. Actually in China it's so big, and we have variety of food. Like maybe you go to Chongqing, Sichuan, you will experience very spicy food. And if you go to maybe the west or the north, you might eat a lot of lamb and a lot of beef there, because there are a lot of grass and they keep the sheep and the
Goat,
cow.
Cow, yeah.
Yeah, and if you move to south, there's a typical dish called Cantonese food, and you can experience different food as well. And in Zhejiang and also Shanghai, yeah.
So
well,
for me,
somehow.
about the food, in conclusion, I would just say like the Chinese food, they have a lot of variety, and then they're so nice.
What's the third topic?
So, is it easy to merge into the local culture? The alcohol things on the table, especially for a region where you guys don't drink alcohol like me. So it's really kind of shocking and it's crazy. Yeah.
You don't drink alcohol.
And you will be.
I hope your parents doesn't watch this movie.
Yeah, you will be kind of confused. You know what I mean? Like you will be like, should I read? You're talking about business, and then they're pouring some alcohol for you because in their local culture, they just feel like it's good or whatever. They're gonna talk while drinking something. Not
It's
just
like you really respect them. If you
Yes.
drink this alcohol, which means you do respect them a lot.
so.
The more you drink, the more respect you give to your clients.
So that was the means that is.
Yeah.
Me, I end up just drinking some.
No.
Yeah,
not
it is.
Some.
And then sometime, of course, I will reject, but sometimes does not look good. But also sometimes I don't really care. I have a lot of festival in China, and every festival it's celebrated differently. So let me start maybe in the beginning of the year. So it's the Chinese New Year. Here in China, we don't have fireworks anymore. However, I went to my wife's hometown, and then we did really play a lot of fun with the fireworks. When they shoot some fireworks, they're kind of like a chase away like some bad spirit. But it's like really very noisy because we couldn't sleep. Everywhere it's like everywhere you go. And another thing is, remember to bring hongbao. It's like a red
Lucky
package.
money.
You just need to bring some envelope with you, maybe for the little sister, the mother, your parents-in-law, like everyone. Be prepared for the Chinese New Year because it's time to spend money. There is a Dragon Boat festival. Chinese people eat Jones, so it's
Like
just
sticky rice.
and then they will have some game where there will be some boat racing. I see also many international people really like it. A Chiming festival where they need, it's like a tombo sweeping day, so they need to go to remember to their beloved one who lost their life. And there is one thing which is very strange for me. There is a way we greet friends, and then sometimes we'll be like this way, like 3 times.
Oh.
And then there is another one, mostly for the younger generation, where we just give the kiss on the cheek. So now, in the culture, it will shock you if you have your partner is a Chinese. So it's always very strange, and it can create sometimes a fight. How would you feel?
I think because I already know your culture, so it's okay for me. In China, usually we just shake the head, hands.
No, not even shake the hand. Sometimes the guys are just like niha niha niha, like just like someone just come hello 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 hello.
So after everything you said, so do you feel home here?
My life experience in China, it have been like a completely amazing. Yeah, like really overall, I did enjoy my life in China. And of course, you never get enough in China. You keep exploring and exploring. There is a long way to go. However, so far so good.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So I think that's all for our video, and thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys like this video, and please subscribe our channel and our Instagram.
And I hope to see you soon next time.
Yeah. Okay, bye.
Take care.